Hello everyone and welcome to the channel. I'm Emmanuel, I'm an Airbus pilot, and in today's video we will see if we can finally tame the iniBuilds A320. Now, we are sitting in Vienna on the Patron over here and we're going to fly it over to Munich. On my last video, departing from Innsbruck to Vienna, we found out about a lot of issues, and I kinda let it go a little bit to see how the airplane would behave, to try to get a feeling of what the automation of the iniBuilds could do. Now, on this video, I will get a lot more, let's call it, a lot more interruptive if systems act up, and I will try to force it immediately to do what I wanted to do. Like, pretty much like I would if a real airplane did any of these things. Now, just to have that said straight away, I don't expect any airplane ever will do any of these things, but just in case. So, this is really just trying to see how much we can do now in order to make it work. Alright, so at the end, I am once again going to give some feedback on how well it works or not. Alright then, so let's enter the cockpit. Our PM is going to be responsible for the walkarounds today, so we don't have to bother with that. Masters off, norm, weather radar off, gear down, wipers off, power is there, perfect, and we can start it up. Alright, let's have it run up for a little bit. In the meantime, we can go ahead and grab our SimBrief data. And here we go, it's going to be Austrian 111 today. And you can see the weather in both airports is getting a little bit worse. So let's have a look at our flight plan and see what we are up for today. Now, looking over here, destination Munich, where is it? Lots of SIGMATs, yeah, fair enough. Okay, here it comes, Munich. So, definitely not the best of weather. A little bit of gusts in there. But right now it's Kavok still, but you can see it's becoming bad already with the tempo conditions over here. Now, from there, our alternate Salzburg is pretty gusty as well and directly cross. So, not very good. So, if we look into what else we have, there is Zurich, and Zurich also has gusts in there. I have a feeling we'll just have to live with those gusts. Now, Friedrichshafen is also not much better, and Memmingen also has gusts in there. Okay, so it's a generally not very nice weather condition, so let's not mess with it. We'll take an hour of extra fuel, so that's going to be 2 tons more. So we're looking at 6.6 tons of fuel. So that is really about as much as you can take. Alright, let's see, fuel weight. Here it is, and I am looking for 6,600, please. Let's just download the SimBrief data here as well. Alright, here we go. So 6,600, and we are going to apply that, and we can make it an instant boarding and fueling. Alright, awesome. So with that, our airplane is powered up already. Let's go ahead with our procedures then. On the RMP, well, I'm not going to tune in any station just yet. By the way, for those of you who have seen that part of the previous video, turns out that iniBuilds has confused the transmitter, so where you select on which station you want to make your calls, with the receivers, which are down here, where you turn up the volume. So in the real world, when you've got only the receivers active like this, you would still be able to listen to air traffic control, but then when you click the transmitter up there, that is what will enable you to transmit anything. Now, when you press the push to talk. Now, seems like in the iniBuilds you need to press one of these in order to be able to hear and speak on any VATSIM frequency, but most importantly to hear it. So you should be able to listen to it like this. In the iniBuilds, it looks like you actually need to press the call button respectively, which is a little bit of a pity, but so be it. Alright then, anyway, we are going to continue up here. So that's the first bug that we already found our way around. So APU fire test, APU master, 21, 22, 23, APU starter, here we go. And now the thing can slowly start up. IRSs 1, 2, and 3 going on. Bing, 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 yeah, fine. And here we go. Okay, so cockpit lights, we're just going to keep them as they are because I do like that little bit of backlighting here in these particular lighting conditions. Okay, so EFB started, aircraft acceptance, let's do the recall, 21, 22, 23. And here we go, that's all normal. Logbook and MEL CDL items, well, we're aware of the issues of the airplane now. There is nothing in the configuration summary, there is nothing on the OEBs, so with that, our aircraft is accepted for the flight. In terms of preliminary performance calculation, let's go ahead and have a look. Takeoff performance, probably going to be runway 29 that they're using, but we'll really have to see. Alright, synchronize the rest of it, that is looking good. Takeoff weight, let's see, what do we have here? Looking at a zero fuel weight, 62.3 plus 6.6, so if we're roughly looking at 69 tons, we should be more than good to go. So let's do takeoff calculation here for 69 tons, config 1 plus F, air conditioning off, anti-ice off, calculate, and wow, these are some pretty high takeoff speeds there. But okay, so be it, we can absolutely live with that. Cool. Okay then, so oxygen quantity is rather low, but okay for the flight. Hydraulic quantity is good, and engine oil quantity is, yeah, also rather low, but kinda okay. Alright, so then, flaps do agree, speed brake lever is up, and that's it. Okay, perfect, so seeing that we are flying this on a pretty busy VATSIM event, I'd say before we go for anything else, let's go ahead and go for our ATC clearance. So delivery is on 1 to 1.125, and we will try and start with that. So 1 to 1.125.
With the information Oscar, can I want to reply?
So departure radius is Oscar. We are just quickly going to download that on vPilot up here. Here we go. Wien Delivery Servus Austrian 111 Information Oscar, request clearance to München. Yes, no, maybe? Well, while we're waiting, what is that master caution about? Nothing in here. Wien Delivery Servus Austrian 111 Information Oscar, request clearance to München. No responses? Oh, lovely. Well, maybe they are just going to fix themselves. Right now, no replies. In the meantime, we are just going to do the pre-flight procedures here. Okay, batteries are working just fine. So if we look at the vPilot window, it's definitely working, and we did hear another aircraft. So this time it's not on the aircraft, this time it's on air traffic control. Looks like they just changed frequency, 122.125.
Okay, I'm checking.
We'll give that a try. Wien Delivery Servus Austrian 111 Information Oscar, request clearance to München.
Austrian 111 Delivery Servus München, Sovil 1 Charlie initially 5000 squawk 4054.
Austrian 111 München, Soviet 1 Charlie, climb 5000 squawk 4054.
111 correct, please report your target off block time.
Target off block time 25, Austrian 111.
Say again.
Austrian 111, target off block time 25.
25, copy, thank you.
Can we expect any delay on top of that? They are planning.
111, target start of time now 1431.
1431, Austrian 111, thank you. Okay, that is excellent. So, teasered at 431. Awesome. So that is exactly the reason why I wanted to do that call early enough, so that we don't end up at the back of the queue.
Vienna Delivery
Later on
Servus Austrian 4 Victor Charlie stand echo.
Alright, well, with that out of the way, let's just get rid of the frequency again, and we'll call them back in time. Okay, so, awesome. Then let's go ahead with our setup. So they do have a QNH at the moment of 1005. By the way, it is worth saying that not everything is bad. For example, the date button here is modeled correctly. When you hold it down, it shows you the date correctly. When you let it go, it goes back to standard. That's how it's supposed to work. Now let's also go ahead and put the APU bleed on so that our passengers don't get all sweaty. So I am just going to keep this on Squawk 2000. We are going to enter that following the standard real-world sequence. Okay then, let's go for our setup. We're going from Vienna towards Munich. And our alternate is going to be Salzburg, Lima Oscar Whiskey Sierra. Our flight number is the Austrian 111, as you have already heard. And the cost index, that was wrong, Austrian 111. Cost index 20 and a cruising level. Let's see what we've got planned there on the operational flight plan. Go all the way to the top. Oh, cost index 56. Well, that is expensive. Right, cruise level 280. But okay, if that is what the company wants, then that is what the company gets. So 56 and 280. Alright then, so let's have a look. Departure. Our departure runways today are 3-4 for arrivals and 2-9 for departures. Okay, and we got the Soviet 1 Charlie departure. Here we go. So, insert all of that, and that brings us towards Soviel. Did I just call it a Soviet departure? Okay, no comment on that. I just watched a couple of interesting history documentaries while I've had my lunch. So, direct Sydney, direct backseat. So, Sydney and backseat. Temporary flight plan exists. Well, in the real world you could easily enter all of that into several temporary flight plans. But okay, let's work our way around that. Should surely be able to do that. Alright, so we've got backseat, then we are proceeding direct Natick, direct Amadi. By the way, my apologies to all my Austrian friends right here if my accent goes a little bit into the Vienna side of things. That is certainly not intentional, and it is most certainly not meant as any sort of insult or anything the likes. It just happens to me. Alright, so Quebec 113, and that's going to take us right towards Napsar. Like so, insert. Okay, then our arrival is going to be in ILS onto 26 left, and we're going to take the Napsar to 6 transition. Down here, insert that. Let's have a look through that. Okay, Amadi Napsar, yeah, good enough. We're going to get ATC constraints anyway, so I'm not too bothered with this right now. Alright, so for the engine out, we can just proceed straight at 20 miles and join the holding over there. So that's going to be Vienna Echo, Vienna X-Ray 3 in here. Not a database, yeah, that's why you are supposed to open the database window and create it. But let's see, maybe we can add some manually here. A new waypoint, here it is. VAX3, here we go. And that's going to be off Vienna 29 on a track. Let's see what we got there. 290 exactly, very nice. And then 15 miles straight ahead. So here we go, store that up. Then let's go to the secondary again and we try that once more. So Vienna X3, put that into here. And then we can insert a holding over there, very nice. Okay, and an immediate return, bringing us right back to Vienna. They said they've got runway 34 in use, so let's go ahead for that as well up here, ILS 34. And then we can just put the same thing into the fix info page. Standard procedure, as you know. Alright, that is much better this time. So we don't need anything on the nav routes. We are going to include our departure runway down here. And then going off to the performance initialization. Let's see what we got. 36.2, sorry, 63.2. It's confusing. In German, when we pronounce a number, why is that out of range? 63.2/25. Out of range. Why is that? We're not above any weight limits. Well, let's see what the highest is that it accepts. 62? Yes. 63? No. Lovely. Well, then we're gonna fake it. Then we take, I'll tell you what. Let's not bother with faking anything. If this is what they want, this is what they get. So we just offload 3 tons of cargo. 1.3 tons of cargo. Here we go. Alright, so the new zero fuel weight, 61 point... Where is it? 60.8. Pity that we have to do this, but so be it. I've got 6.6 tons of fuel on board. Awesome. Okay then, let's go ahead with our flight plan and find our fuel tab. So here we are. Minimum contingency is 200, diversion 1000, final reserve 1000. So 0.2, 1000 and 1000. Format error for real. I mean, look at that, it's looking at a time at 10 minutes. What happens if I just enter 60 in there? Okay, I don't know, there's a bug in here. Looks like we can't work around that, but with that amount of fuel, I think we can look over that. So average wind component is going to be headwind of 43 knots. Here we go. Okay then, for our takeoff performance, got that right over here. It's going to be config 1 plus F takeoff at 50 degrees flex temperature. 1 and 50. And takeoff speeds 157, 157, 159. Pretty hot, but... or pretty high, but that's alright. We can absolutely accept those speeds. Right, reduction in acceleration. We're in 1600, so all I'm gonna do is the engine out acceleration altitude goes to 1500 AGL, and the rest of it is looking good. Okay. That is looking awesome. Unfortunately, we don't have charts in this airplane, so we can just use our Navigraph charts for that one. But I can already tell you that for the actual part where we are going to be taxiing later on, I will just use them on my personal iPad off screen, because I just find it a little bit, let's say, annoying to constantly have those TT pop-ups up. I don't find it very realistic either, so kind of spoils the immersion in my opinion. For that reason, I am going to stick with this. But anyway, so we've got the Seville 1 Charlie, and that is different from what we filed, but that's fine. So sit. Well, we can just search for it. Seville, here we go. So much easier. Really like the Navigraph app. I really like it. And yes, I did get it for free from Navigraph, so obviously that much for the record. So let's see now. Our routing is taking us straight ahead 1000, then a left turn Whiskey Whiskey 295, then a right hand turn Whiskey Whiskey 233 above 4000, and from there we proceed to Seville. Contact Wien radar when advised by tower 134675. Flight tracks are recorded at Vienna Airport and aircraft noise is monitored in all relevant populated areas around the airport. climb with the optimum noise abatement takeoff profile, appropriate for the particular type of aircraft, adhere to noise abatement procedures as strictly as possible. We do that. In order to expedite traffic, ATC may request aircraft to start the initial turn visually as soon as practical. In this case, terrain clearance has to be assured by the pilot up to 2,400. Yeah, we should be able to do that today. Initial climb clearance to 5,000 is in. The routing is looking good. And most importantly, since we got our ATC clearance already, Sovil 1 Charlie is confirmed, squawk 4054. Here we go. Okay, cool. So, that stuff is in there. That looks better. Alright, so quick look into the airport chart. We are parking right up here, and we are going to go for runway 29 for our departure. So that's located right down here. Let's have a quick look into the moving map. I really prefer that. Did I ever mention that I really love these systems here? Okay, so taxi most likely is going to be pushback onto the blue line or the orange line. We'll have to do the pushback manually anyway. Then taxi out via Whiskey. And then we end up anywhere over here. I'd say any intersection up to Alpha 3 is okay, even though, looking at our numbers over here, it doesn't seem like we... Well, yeah, if we just shorten down the Torah, let's see what we have. Nothing over here, but there has to be some information somewhere. No taxi chart? Oh yeah. Of course, there won't be a taxi chart named Sovil. Then... let's see, airport info. Do we have anything here? Yes, takeoff run available, runway 29, I'll say Alpha 3, 3,158. Okay, calculate that one more time, please. Okay, and that gives us some lower speed, so I'm fine with that. The QNH is now 1006. Okay. Happy with that. Okay, so we do have some new takeoff data there. So 55 degrees flex, 474749. Okay, and that is looking excellent. Okay, so our taxi is understood. We're able to intersection Alpha 3 later on. Going to remember that. With that, I'm getting rid of the Navigraph chart app once more. And I'd say we quickly do our departure briefing. Are you ready for the briefing then? Okay. Well, first officer, it's your turn. Okay, thank you. So it's going to be Vienna runway 29er. Sovil 1 Charlie, climbing 5,000. MSA-wise. Yeah. 4,000 around the airport keeps us safe. When we get a little bit further out, 5,000, 6,000, eventually over 10,000. Extra fuel and time, we carry over an hour of extra fuel, so nothing to worry about at all. I do agree, hotspots for the taxi are going to be those exits. They have so many different exits here, I tend to confuse them all the time. So we take it slow. If we're unsure where to go, then we just stop the airplane. Stop margin for ejected takeoff. There's a good 500 meters, engine outset, straight ahead, and we're looking at 20 miles this time. Oh, sorry, at 15 miles. Here it is, Vienna X3. By the way, just to mention it, very nice that the iniBuilds A320 actually gives us the correct formatting of the points. So when you look at the Phoenix, for example, it cuts everything off that is outside of this range over here. The real one, however, does draw those individual pilot items outside of the range of the circle that you have here. So that is actually simulated correctly there. Okay, immediate return. Vienna is our best option. They do have a long runway. They do have a little bit of wind, but that's mostly down on the nose. Special or non-standard operation? Yeah, the departure could be a little bit, let's call it a little bit high workload. So what I will do is I will turn the autopilot on immediately, and provided that the autopilot works, fine. But if the autopilot does not work correctly, then we are absolutely going to then we're absolutely going to just go heading select, or if that doesn't work, we'll just disconnect the automatics altogether. If that happens, ATC will just have to wait a little bit. We'll prioritize flying the airplane over anything else. Okay, do you see any threats for the departure? No, I think you've talked about everything. I do agree. Okay. By the way, QNH 1006 now. Alright, then I will quickly talk to our passengers. You have everything. Ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck, this is your captain speaking. My name is Emanuel Hagen, and in the name of Austrian, I would like to welcome you very much on board our flight to Munich. Flight time today about 50 minutes, expect a smooth flight at 28,000 feet. We would like to say thank you very much for being on board our flight today. Sit back, relax, and enjoy it, and if there is anything we can do for you to make it more comfortable, please do not hesitate to ask any of our cabin crew. Once again, thank you for your attention and welcome aboard. Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren, einen wunderschönen guten Abend aus dem Cockpit. Hier spricht Ihr Kapitän. Mein Name ist Emanuel, im Namen der Austrian darf ich Sie ganz herzlich an Bord unseres Fluges 111 nach München begrüßen. Flugzeit heute etwa 50 Minuten. Wir erwarten einen ruhigen Flug in etwa 28.000 Fuß. Wir bedanken uns ganz herzlich, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste sind. Lehnen Sie sich zurück, genießen den Flug und wenn es etwas gibt, womit wir Ihnen diesen schöner gestalten können, zögern Sie nicht, sich an unsere Flugbegleiter zu wenden. Alright, so the cabin crew, all the passengers are dealt with. Cockpit preparation checklist, please. Gear pins and covers removed. Fuel quantity 6,560 kilos balanced. Seatbelts on. ADIRS. nav and Bahoraf QNH 1006. Cockpit preparation checklist complete. Okay, so let's start monitoring the delivery frequency again, since it's only 5 minutes from our target off-block time.
Lugan 1 Charlie, squawk 1053 instead of the 5000, Eurowings 1 Bravo Zulu.
No, not flight level 5000.
Eurowings 1 Bravo Zulu, correct. What is your target off-block time?
Approximately 10 to 12 minutes.
So 1435, copy.
One delivery, low runner 5 echo radio check, please.
Okay.
555.
So I got 5 minutes to go till our target startup time. Usually when you ask them a few minutes before, they might
902, clear Dienstflug, so will 1 Charlie.
They might just give you the clearance a little bit earlier if it fits into the traffic, so tell you what, we're just going to give it a try and see what's going to happen.
By Soviet 1 Charlie, flying initially 5000 from 4615 of 390.
902, correct. What is your target off-block time?
0523.
Say again.
Correction 0527.
Confirm 1427.
Sorry. Yes, correct, 1426.
After 902, roger.
Austrian 111, because startup ready any moment now.
Austrian 111, contact ground 116.
121.6, Austrian 111.
Delivery, grüß Gott, Austrian 32 Mike, Foxtrot 5, information Papa.
Wait. Okay, FedEx 331, we make it easy.
Okay, so startup is given.
Do you have,
Then let's just do our last load sheet revision there. So we've got 0 fuel weight 60.8
Yes,
and the CG 26.9.
Okay, follow the Luxor Boeing 737-800.
So 60.8
Okay, roger, follow the
slash,
737 look
what
there.
did I just say?
FedEx
26.9.
Austrian 8 kilo.
Austrian 8 kilo.
Okay, and
Ja,
that leaves us with a takeoff CG 27.9
Grad links auf Mike.
and 27.9 ends up somewhere over here at 1 up. Let's see that on the takeoff page. Yeah, 0.9 up, that makes sense.
47, request taxi.
Okay, looking good.
Ground sequence is now ready more.
Austrian 901.
So then, before start checklist.
Contact count on 1 decimal 7.5.
Park and brake, set. Takeoff speeds and thrust. 147, 147, 149, flex 55. Windows.
Follow 2 Mike
Closed,
Bravo, to
beacon
vacating Austrian
on. Before start checklist complete. So, Foxtrot 08.
So confirm, keep weight to take up?
Yes, keep way to this aircraft, please.
Okay, so keep weight up to make number.
Wing ground, Servus, Austrian 111, Foxtrot 8, request pushback.
Austrian 111, wing ground, Scott, push, pull, approved, blue line.
Push pull approved, blue line, Austrian 111. Okay, ground from cockpit.
Okay, speedbird
Go ahead.
2329.
So, please confirm all ground checks are completed and the aircraft is ready for pushback.
775,
Yes, sir, all ground checks are completed. Roger, parking brake is released and cleared for push pull onto the blue line.
Ground Austrian 4
Roger.
request taxi. Austrian 4 X.
So you just gotta trick it here. It doesn't start when you just click on aft, but when you go first a little bit to the side and then hit start, then it works quite well.
Taxi hold.
Would be nice if we had a better view on the back there, but the blue line is just over here, so we're just gonna make it rather tight. And then it should hopefully work.
Heading short, Lima 2.
Austrian 2 for Whiskey, count 1 to 1, 775 vorbei.
Count 1 to 1, 775, vielen Dank, Austrian 2 for Whiskey.
Right.
7 Yankee Echo, continue taxi.
Let's make a turn. Tail to the right.
1 to 1, 775 vorbei. Continue Lima.
Okay, ground. We're starting engines in sequence 2 then 1. Starting engine number 2 now. Engine 2
Austrian
start.
Pop-up Hotel, taxi straight ahead, hold short Lima 1. Straight ahead, hold short Lima 1, Austrian 4 Pop Hotel.
Okay, that's roughly the blue line here. That's about as good as it gets for our push. A bit here. Not perfect, but... Okay, park mark set. Please remove all the ground equipment and stand by for engine start.
Austrian type Papa, request taxi please.
Austrian 5 Papa taxi, via Echo.
Okay, number 2 is coming up fine.
Hold short of Lima.
Yeah, the pushback isn't perfect, but we are clear enough of the orange line that another aircraft can
Okay,
fit next to
Austrian
us.
4-5 Bravo, hold
That's
short
probably
of
all that counts for us.
Holding short, exit G4 for now, and 4-5 Bravo.
Okay,
Austrian
so
4-5 Bravo, please make it 50 more meters straight ahead.
4-5 Bravo, say again.
50 meters straight ahead.
engine 1 start.
For the 50 meters straight ahead.
Okay, ground, we've got a good start number 2, we're starting engine number 1.
8854, continue taxi via exit 1 and Mike. Keep it rolling.
Sorry, could you please repeat for Lux 8854?
So that's gonna take another minute to start up
next one
now.
right, exit 1 and Mike.
But it is coming along. Slowly but steady.
No, sorry, couldn't get it for Lux 8854. Please talk slower.
Lux 8854. Take the next one right, exit 24, thereafter continue via exit 1 and Mike.
So right on exit 24 to exit 1.
I'm a bit sorry for the
and
controller,
then
he's really
Lux
trying to get this
8854.
guy going. He's really trying, you can hear that. But well.
FedEx 331, we also may continue taxi via exit 1 and Mike.
Exit 1 and Mike, FedEx 331.
Okay, ground, we've got 2 good engine starts. You are clear to disconnect, see you on the right hand side of the pin, and have a wonderful day. Bye bye.
Right on Delta and all the way to the end and hold short Delta 1.
Alright, should be available any moment now.
Correct.
Here we go.
Can my brother confirm follow the channel left turn to Lima?
Plus to make Bravo.
Very quick trim there.
Stick with the plan, left on Lima, hold short Lima 1 for now.
Okay, after start checklist. Anti-ice,
2329
off, decam status, checked, pitch trim is 28%, rudder trim, neutral. After start checklist complete. Flight control check,
Continue taxi via exit 1 and
Full
Mike.
up.
No need to hold at Lima 1 for now.
full down,
Yeah,
neutral,
sorry, I was a little bit confused. Lux
full left,
8854.
No worries.
Full right.
Power 1 from 9 decimal,
neutral,
bye-bye.
rudder, full left, full right, neutral.
Was it for Lux 8854?
Affirmative. Tower 1 from 9 decimal 4.
So I go to holding point officer.
Yes.
Okay.
Austrian 111, request taxi.
Austrian 111, taxi rolling point runway 29er via Echo. Exit 24, hold short, Lima.
Holding 129, Echo exit 24, hold short, Lima, Austrian 111.
Austrian 2 X-ray, hold short of Lima.
Okay, so we go straight out all the way on the blue line, then Echo is
Austrian 45 Bravo, continue taxi behind the
second
FedEx. Airbus A300
to the right and
Lima,
holding short
hold
exit
Lima
24. Okay,
Lima, hold off Lima 2, friend 45 Bravo.
clear left side, clear right side.
FedEx 331, can we have Alpha 1?
FedEx 331, Tower 119 decimal 4, send request, bye bye.
119 decimal 4, ciao.
Brake check. Pressure 0.
Eurowings 5 Hotel Victor Bravo 4.
And off we go. So we'll clear the apron, and once we're clear we are going to go over our departure briefing.
Slot 2 Mike Bravo, you continue taxi also until Lima
Lovely
2.
767 over there. Really pity these are going. On the other hand side, I do have to say the 330neo is a tad more beautiful.
Calling to the apron, not myself, okay.
Correct. Eurowings 5
Our left side is clear.
Eurowings 5 Hotel Victor.
Eurowings 5
On to Echo, that should be...
Hold short at
Yeah,
Lima
there it is.
2.
Echo to the right.
Contact the ground 121 decimal 775.
Taxiing Lima, holding Lima 2 and contacting ground 121.775, Eurowings 5 Hotel.
So this one over here is Whiskey, and then that one over here is Echo.
Good afternoon, Austrian 903, taxiing Mike to Hotel Lima.
Let's see on the right hand side there. So exit 24 is just straight ahead.
Approaching Lima 2.
And then we're going to hold short of Lima. Okay, so they do have quite a couple of departures there, so at the moment no need to stop the airplane at all, or to accelerate at all, that is what I meant. Okay, so no changes to the takeoff briefing.
Austrian 4 Pop Hotel, may we continue?
Exit 24 is over to the right over
okay,
there.
Pop Hotel, sorry about that. Expect then...
Taxi checklist.
Hotel
Flight controls,
45,
checked.
severe the
Flap
orange
setting,
light, you may
conform
continue
plus F. Radar and predictive
Hotel
wind shear,
45,
on
orange
order,
line,
engine hold cell,
Hotel
norm,
continue
recam memo, takeoff no blue. Taxi
Austrian
checklist
4
complete.
X-ray, continue taxi via exit 1.
Okay, so we don't have that one over here, that is Whiskey. But
Austrian 5 Papa, follow the company.
exit 24 is to the right over there. And I suppose the actual intersection is going to be signed by the tower there.
Austrian 111, follow the two companies in front.
Austrian 111 following the companies in front.
Count lots to Mike Bravo before Lima 2.
Okay, so we follow these two guys.
All lots to Mike Bravo, ground 121, decimal 775, bye-bye.
Man, this is really busy airport here. And this is all VATSIM traffic. Nothing AI among this.
Hello, right whiskey, hold short, whiskey 4.
Right, whiskey, hold short, whiskey 4, you're right, fine,
Good afternoon, Austrian 903, holding short Echo.
Austrian 903, wing ground, hello. Able to make the left turn. Let's see.
Well, there's going to be a couple minutes delay at the holding point, but I'm rather happy with how this worked out. It was a very good idea, certainly, that we asked about our clearance so early in the process. If we'd called them later and told them, like, yeah, we are ready immediate, then that would have been 20 minutes delay at least. So getting into the queue early is probably the most important thing there.
Delta from Mike onto Delta, from Delta onto Lima, from Lima onto exit 1. Is that possible for you?
I'm going to
okay, then let's
stop right over here so that we don't block Lima.
And Austrian 5 Papa, do you want us on Alpha 2 or Alpha 1?
Let's see. Okay, let's get that back to tower. Okay, Austrian 5 Papa, contact tower.
This just really looks beautiful, doesn't it?
119 decimal 4 Austrian.
So many Austrians. So many
Austrians.
Austrians.
119 decimal 4, bye.
194 by is Austrian 4 X-ray.
Austrian 45 Bravo, Polly Short Lima 2.
I just have a little bit of a feeling that this guy is going to sneak himself in.
Austrian 111, contact tower, 194, bye.
194, Austrian 111, bye now.
X-ray holding short runway 29er at Alpha 2.
Austrian 435, 300 decrease 20 knots, minimum 15, maximum 30, runway 29 clear for takeoff. 29 clear takeoff, Austrian 435. Austrian 4 X-ray, Wind Tower, hello, behind the departing company, Airbus 320, line up runway 29 behind.
Okay, they said follow the companies. We just gotta find out which of the two now. Left is clear. Hello, Austrian 111.
Servus, Austrian 111.
Austrian 111, we had instruction to follow the company hat. Is that still valid? What is that guy doing?
Sorry, say again?
We were instructed to follow the company hat. Do we follow him all the way to the holding point?
AFM, yeah, you can use Alpha 1.
Roger, up to Alpha 1, Austrian 111. Okay, that A330 over there is a little bit in the way, but seems okay to me. Okay, so right side is clear, and left side then up to Alpha 1, that's the left-hand one.
Austrian 435, contact radar 13467, survive.
Radar 13465, Servus, Austrian 435.
Ding dong.
Austrian 4 X-ray, 300 decrease 20 knots, minimum 15, maximum 30, runway 29 clear for takeoff.
Plane, but
Takeoff runway 29 Austrian 4 X.
okay, so departure frequency 134675. Let's put that in. And just got a private message there from a gentleman asking if I'm A330 driver. Well, yes, I am. It's funny, pretty much every time I'm flying in VATSIM these days I'm getting these messages. I mean, it's very nice how the community actually appreciates the channel. That is really, really nice.
Goodbye, Papa, line up runway 29.
And up runway 29 Austrian 5 Papa.
Okay, that's probably
Papa, QNH 1007.
probably the Austrian just ahead of us. And QNH 1007.
For X-ray, contact radar 134675.
13465, Austrian 4 X-ray.
Austrian 111, revise QNH 1007.
QNH 1007, Austrian 111.
Von 5 Papa, 320 degrees 15 knots, runway 29
I'm going to
clear for
take it
takeoff.
slow.
Give takeoff runway 29.
If it does roll in
Austrian 5
idle,
Papa.
then it does roll in idle, so we'll just let it do that. By the way, what is that 767 doing just there? Is he in the grass? I know, he's on taxiway, okay. Just really looked like he was on grass over there. Oh, no need to waste any fuel. If we can just taxi to the holding point that slowly, then why not do it? So just wrote to the Austrian 5 Papa, who told me that he's a fan of my videos. Thank you so much. He just made it into one. He's probably made it onto the thumbnail picture of it as well. I really like that picture with him standing at the holding point and us standing in between there. It was a really cool picture.
For 111, line up runway 29er.
Austrian 111, line up runway 29er. Patron should prepare for departure. Line up checklist.
Precise Papa, contact radar, 13467.
Take off runway.
Bye bye.
29er, Alpha 1.
134675,
Tower,
stand
Hex
by, Papa,
1
thank you very much. Bye bye.
Line up checklist complete. Clear left side. Clear right side.
For 111, 320 degrees 15 knots, runway 29er, clear for takeoff.
Runway 29er, clear for takeoff, Austrian 111. I like the probe heater on. Certainly don't need that. Okay, take off.
Stretch Packet 08 Foxtrot, wind tower low. Actually, my plan would be that you enter runway 29er, make a left hand turn, and
SS,
get ready
runway
via
8
Alpha 1.
First set.
Okay, then make the 180 and hold short before takes away Mike.
100 knots. Check. V1, rotate. Interesting behavior there. Positive point, gear up. Nav, checked. AP1. Doesn't really seem to be accelerating now. But well, it is starting the left.
Okay, 08 Foxtrot, continue now, taxi right via Mike and right again on Echo. For 111, radar bound 34675, bye bye.
134675 Austrian, come on, servus. First line climb, A thrust.
Ryanair 5 Alpha 10, flight level correction, set 11,000, QNH 1007.
11,000 feet, QNH 1007,
11 degrees, don't need anti-ice straight away. Flap 0. Speed check, flap 0. Green radar, servus, Austrian, 111, Soviel, 1 Charlie departure, 3,200, 5,000.
Austrian 111, get radar to identify, continue climb flight level 240.
Continue climb flight level 240, Austrian, 4,000 feet.
Austrian correction, Ryanair 4 Alpha.
So, what is that T-class showing? Just on our 12 blocks and altitude. I don't believe that to be an actual return. Probably, yeah, now it's gone. Not sure what that was. Some sort of a bug. So, still 11 degrees. Let's see, our packs are on. Very good.
Austrian for uniform, speed 180. 180,
Okay, awesome. So, you made it out. That's something at least. Let's see how much of autopilot issues we'll have to work around this time though. But the first couple issues we encountered were definitely uncircumventable.
Austrian 435, contact radar
9 degrees, engine RTS on. And we're definitely going to keep the cabin seated all the way until we leave this rather turbulent area here.
For X-ray, radar 128, decimal 7.
Our route is north, going immediately around that amber area of the weather radar there. That certainly seems justified, looking outside. Let's gonna start the right-hand turn in a moment so that we don't enter this, because that is going to be turbulent. I have a feeling on the right-hand side it's turbulent as well, so we'll just have to make our way through this somehow. Going through the green over there shouldn't be a problem. And the end is in sight.
Right, if I'm up,
Tell you what, I'm gonna keep the speed on 250 until we're out of this, so that it doesn't get too bad when we enter the turbulence. The faster you fly, the stronger the effect of the turbulence on your airplane, so I'm just gonna keep the speed for that reason. Okay, is that standard? Standard cross check passing flight level 106. Now, check.
Radar service Austrian 905 2007 on coming 5000, so Blue Charlie. Austrian 905, radar service identified.
Okay, looking good. It is a little bit busy, or a little bit turbulent. You can see that nicely on the nose, going a little bit left and right here everywhere.
134440.
But we're out of this in a few moments. But let's hope we're not messing over the air traffic control with the aircraft behind us, since we are flying rather slow at the moment. But I really much rather get out of the turbulence here as fast as possible and then start accelerating than increasing the speed in conditions like these, because this is definitely turbulent when you go through it. And passengers really feel that. You always have to keep in mind that the speed is squared in any meaningful formula in aviation. So that basically means that you increase from 250 to 300 or whatever your final climb speed is then, and that really is going to be very noticeable for the cabin. It's easily double the turbulence in the cabin. But okay, looks like we must be above it now, so I'll wait until we're through this and then
radar
accelerating.
Austrian 4 Victor Charlie, passing 2,900 for 5,000, Lugam 1 Charlie departure.
Austrian 4 Victor Charlie, being radar service identified, continue climb flight level 240.
Okay then, let's go manage.
Flight level 240, Austrian 4 Victor Charlie.
And by the way, here we once again see why the weather radar in Microsoft Flight Simulator is such a problem. Looking at this, it looks like it's really bad everywhere where we fly, but now, looking ahead, it's just blue skies ahead of us. So there really shouldn't be many of these returns over there. Now, you can turn this to a manual. So the thing is, it's all not modeled. In the real unit, you just...
111, contact Wien radar 128.7, servus.
128.7, Austrian 111, servus.
Radar 5 Alpha radar 340 for exit 21, ciao. Austrian 4 X-ray, contact Wien 134.350, goodbye.
134.350, Airstream 4 X-ray.
In radar, servus, Austrian 111, level 188, climbing 240.
Descent flight level 210, Germany 318.
Austrian 111, Wien radar servus, radar contact, climb level 280.
Climb level 280, Austrian 111. Flight level 280, blue.
Lufthansa 232.
Alright, we'll wait until we're above this, because this is going upwards a little bit. You can see the energy in there, so there is likely going to be a bit of turbulence above this as well.
Austrian 454, descent flight level 180.
I'll tell you what, let's just make it a couple degrees to the right there.
Austrian 454, turn right, direct to Nerdu, descent
Open climb heading.
Whether it's Nerdu, and can you
That should be sufficient to keep us out of the turbulence over there.
Austrian 454, level 170.
Look at that, yeah, nice.
170, Austrian 454.
Alright, and back 260, whatever it was.
Eurowings 322 Alpha, reduce the minimum clean speed, enter the holding over once established. I will call you back for descent shortly.
Here we go. Nav.
Reduce the minimum clean speed and enter the hold at Missouri, Eurowings 322
Austrian 73, Mike, descent flight
Okay, we should be safely out of the turbulences now, so...
Descent flight level
seatbelts auto, NTI's off. Could have checked that off a bit
303
earlier.
descent flight
Now,
level
what I was about to say
80.
when we got interrupted by a
Descent level
traffic
180,
control,
section 30.
in relation to the weather radar and
Level
why,
31.
you know, this looks nice, but it gives you no
90
meaningful
Tango,
information
radar servo,
whatsoever.
radar contact.
See, there are several modes on a weather radar like this. You've got all weather, which is basically the mode that is continuously always active here. So you can see all the weather that's completely irrelevant for us, because it is located far below us, is shown on here. Now, you don't want any of that. So, in the real world, you would usually operate this on path weather. And this is the weather relevant to your flight path. Now, that basically means you get the weather that is located plus minus 4,000 feet from your actual predicted flight path. And anything above 25,000. So, if you're in this mode, path weather, and you see this indication here on the weather radar, then you would probably make a strong turn to the right hand side. Because this would be a super huge weather cell. But, as you can see, there is nothing along our flight path. Absolutely nothing. And that is, again, one of the reasons why the weather radar in Microsoft Flight Simulator is useless. Now, you can have a look at it down here as well. There is one more mode, that is manual elevation. In that mode, you would use the knob down here to manually control the flight level for which weather is indicated. So, the way this weather radar would work in the real world is that it would show you, or it would constantly scan the entire area above and below, left and right of your airplane. And then it digitally processes the image of the weather and then gives you a digital result of the return. So you don't see a direct return from the radar, but you see what the computer processed into it. And basically, that means using this knob down here with the elevation mode selected down here, what you would do in the real world is you would tell it, okay, I want the weather, for example, at flight level 280, because that would be weather relevant to my flight path. And then it would only show you the weather in flight level 280. So that's a really, really cool feature of the weather radar. But as you can see, nothing in here works. It's just, you either see that picture that you have here, which is completely meaningless for our flight, or you don't see it. So that's another nice example of why the Asobo weather radar just doesn't work. Okay, so, at least we made it out of Vienna. That's one of the good things to certainly worth mentioning. But again, there were quite a couple of things that we had to circumvent. However, at least the nav node behaved this time and didn't just skip waypoints that it certainly should not have skipped. So the nav tracking was certainly acceptable this time. I think the main problem on the last flight we did was actually caused by the tightness of the turn. So it just sequenced the waypoints too early, and that just led it to completely mess up. So 1,000 to go. Vertical speed. This is interesting, by the way. There should not be any acceleration on the knobs over here. So one click equals 100 feet a minute, or 0.1 degrees flight path angle. That is how the entire FCU works. There is no acceleration on those knobs. Not sure why iniBuilds built that in. Definitely shouldn't be there.
Descent level 210, speed 25 brother.
So, quick look at the GCAS. Looks like there is nothing immediately in our vicinity here. All start. That guy in front seems to be pretty much constant in his location. Not sure what his altitude is, but, well, happy with that. All cruise.
73 Mike, descent flight level 240.
So, GCAS set below. That is where the danger is now.
Descent flight level 180.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and run a couple calculations. I do believe they need you at level 130 or something at NAPSA. We're gonna make it even less. Let's make it 110, because then you can fly straight to the approach there. NAPSA 110, there comes our top of descent in 60 and a bit miles.
454, contact Wien
Now,
13467.
at this point, we would obviously go ahead and request our weather information through ACARS, but since that is not simulated, we would then have to listen out to it manually. Alright, so what we do in the real life, Munich 8 is 123130. So you just go 123130. Put it active, and now you could listen to the A's. And this is exactly your nav setup that you'd have to do. But when we look into the way they modeled the radios over here, like this, there is no way how we can listen to COM2 while at the same time still monitoring COM1, because they bound it only to the switch that you use to transmit. So, like that, I can now listen to the ATIS, but now I'm completely off the active ATC frequency. So that's not really an option for us to do. All we can do now is to request the text ATIS over here, like that, and now we'll have to work off that. But that is a little bit of a pity, because it does not resemble how you operate those aircraft in the real world. So that's logic error there, and actually that is the logic error that caused me to believe that the radios don't work with VATSIM at all. Because basically you're stuck to one frequency here. You can only use one frequency, either COM1 or COM2. And like that, you can fly VFR aircraft with that, but for IFR, completely illegal to fly like that. You need two frequencies. But okay, that much just as a little bit of a theory there, and a little bit of a background. Now, I tend to say we've discussed that topic enough now, so let's go ahead and start our approach preparation for Munich.
Eurowings 322 Alpha, descent level 250.
I'm going to keep the charts off screen here on my iPad, because it just makes it a little bit easier for me. So 26 left is what I'm expecting, 26 right is what we will also prepare. We're going to use the secondary flight plan for that, obviously. So 26 left is what we have entered already. We do have a look at that. Starting at LE 5000, 3-degree glide slope is correct over here, even though that should be white, not green, but just a small thing. Okay, lift course shredded, 1 DME DMS, or 1900, whichever is later. You have that, and thereafter left Pushback 5000, that's okay, so DMS, you put that in here, and Pushback is going in here, good enough. So, Munich 26 left is where we're flying to. Okay, then let's see, performance, yeah, 330 knots is a little bit too fast. Let's make that 300 knots on the descent. That shall be more than sufficient. Especially when we're going through this kind of weather, as it really looks like that is going to stick with us for the entirety of the flight here. We'll keep it like that. Okay, then let's have a quick look into our weather conditions. So from Munich, ILS 26 left and right and use transition level 70, wind 290 at 19, gust 30.
Fraction 7688, I'm sorry for the late call. Enter the holdover Mazur is published.
290 at 19, gust 30, and temperature 6, QNH 1012. That's quite a difference in QNH for such a short distance of flight. Probably expecting quite a bit of wind then. And indeed there is quite a bit of wind. Wow, okay, that was expected. And we are going to use full Austrian 111, descent flight level 240. Okay, yeah, 25 miles ahead of the top of descent, that is okay. Descent. Why is there no alt? Okay, flight level 240 blue. There should certainly be an alt indication here, otherwise the plane might not level off down there. Let's see if we can get that somehow. But on the other hand side, I just quickly want to see what rate of descent it's going to establish at. Because now it looks like it is doing 1,000 feet a minute. But no alt mode is of course a no-go, so let's see if we can do something about that.
Radar contact,
Here you go, vertical speed out.
300, left by 10 due to traffic.
Okay, if we now go back to descent.
Left by 10
Yeah,
degrees,
now the alt mode
climb
stays.
to level
Okay,
300.
so be it.
Swiss 17 Alpha, contact Wien 134675, goodbye.
Loads of airports there, let's get rid of that. Just go over to constraints already.
Lufthansa 4 Mike Charlie, descend level
Okay,
180.
well, we can deal with that. What else do we have to
Lufthansa
do?
4 Mike Charlie, descend flight
Go
level
on altitude,
180.
MSA 3700.
Lufthansa 4 Mike Charlie. Lufthansa 104, descend level
Fuel
260.
prediction, 37 minutes extra, that is nice. And secondary flight plan, copy active, but we're gonna make it
Austrian
runway
111, contact Wien 129er, 125, goodbye.
129er, 125, Austrian 111, bye now.
Fraction 303, contact
that's
Wien
the wrong
118,
radio.
775, goodbye.
118, 175, Fraction 303.
Steep at 25 Bravo, descend level 190.
Descend 190, Liberty
129, 125, here we
Lima
go.
exit 3.
Taxi stand Echo 8 via Lima, exit 3, Swiss 226.
Wiens Airbus Austrian 111, level 264, descending 240.
111, Wien Radar Service Radar contact, descend 130.
Descent 130, Austrian 111.
This 52 Yankee
Okay,
contact.
flight level 130 blue.
Wien frequency 128.
But I think I'll just ask him again, cause not sure if it was 110 or 130.
Schönes Wochenende, bis bald, Yankee.
Austrian 111, confirmed cleared flight level.
Austin 111, flight level 130.
Flight level 130, Austrian 111, thank you. Okay, 130 blue.
Wien Radar Service Austrian 915, level 3.
Alright, cool. So,
5 Wien Radar Service Radar contact.
then we just wanted to insert the other runway on the secondary. The 26 right and NAPSA 26.
Steering 9 November, can you give us some weather information, like visibility and stuff?
Steering 9 November, of course. We currently have light rains, a few clouds, 2,400, scattered 5,000, broken 6,000. Temperature
Alright.
6 degrees, dew point 2
So it looks like it's actually retaining
Welcome.
the looks like it is actually retaining the minimums down there. So on the last one we had a problem with the flap setting on the secondary, which it
620,
took
will you
over into
be
the
ready
active
for
plan,
immediate
but looks
departure
like this
upon
is
reaching?
okay.
Of course.
Alright,
Easy 620, line up runway 33 and wait.
3,000 feet to go to the
Last
profile, but we're gonna catch it. The level of arrow is located far behind NAPSA, so we are certainly going to catch it. Alright then. I'll quickly say bye-bye to the passengers, then we do the approach briefing. Ladies and gentlemen from FlightX, this is your captain speaking. We've started our descent towards Munich. Remaining flight time is approximately 20 minutes. Weather in Munich at the moment, a little bit rainy, a little bit windy, but overall good southern German weather conditions. I would like to thank you very much for choosing Austrian for today's flight. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we did, and we look forward to welcome you again on board of a future flight. Thank you very much for your attention, and
Flight level
have a
120.
wonderful afternoon.
Flight level 120,
Sehr geehrte Damen und Herren aus dem
105.
Cockpit, Ihr Kapitän, wir haben unseren Sinkflug
125, Contact Innsbruck,
München
128,
begonnen und die vergangenen
975,
sind jetzt noch circa 20 Minuten. Das Wetter derzeit etwas windig, meine Temperatur von 6 Grad. Wir bedanken uns, dass Sie heute unsere Gäste waren, wünschen Ihnen einen schönen Aufenthalt, gegebenenfalls eine gute und sichere Weiterreise und würden uns freuen, Sie bald wieder an Bord begrüßen zu dürfen.
435, leaving Maastricht, nothing further.
Okay, so I've been off the com for just a few moments and it went down to 500 feet a minute. Why did it do that?
Lufthansa 1 Papa Golf, leaving airspace, nothing
Well,
further.
first of all, engine
Uniform
radio is on. We're also going to switch the seatbelts on already, because this might get a little bit turbulent there. And we don't want 500, we want 1,000 please. Let's just recycle it. Okay, descend. But that has not helped. Well, then we will do vertical speed. Again, this jumping that you see over here, that should not happen. But okay, so be it. Okay, are you ready for the briefing? MSA 3700, NAPSA 26 transition ILS, either 26 left or 26 right. Minimums on the left 1670, on the right 1690, and for the go-around trajectory, in both cases straight at 1 mile from the respective DME, or 1900, whichever is later. And in case of runway 26 left, it's going to be left into Ottersberg, or of 26 right, a right turn to Mike, in both cases climbing 5,000. Extra fuel is 35 minutes roughly. Yep, I agree on all those. So,
Wings EV620.
the approach is going to be guided by an ILS with approach node, and we are going to use conflict full for the landing. Stop margin in both cases is over 2,000 meters, and we are going to use reversers, auto brakes low, and planned runway exit is...
Wings 9 November, roger.
Wow.
The planned runway exit is going to be probably the second of the
Traffic
runway.
seekers alert, you're going 9 November.
Wings 9 November, say again.
Traffic seekers alert.
What else do we have then? By the way, that's a lovely example of a TCAS malfunctioning that you can hear in the background there. The guys going around for, well, for what reason?
9 November, climb
He just got to
5,000 feet.
expect late
make a
landing
right turn
clearance. That
heading
makes me
050.
suspect that he was probably below 1,000 feet. And there you just shouldn't get any TCAS alerts at all anymore anyway. But just a small thing there.
Descend 105, descend
Okay, so to
level
continue the
150.
briefing, for the hotspots, I actually don't have any hotspots on the taxi.
And descend 105,
There is nothing special, nothing non-standard, and threats, wind shear is a possible threat. So if that happens, don't change the configuration, firewall thrust levers, rotate at 15 degrees, then follow flight directive.
November 90,
Okay, there comes our profile. Thrust to idle descent.
November 9,
Okay, any questions? No? Awesome.
We're close to top of descent.
November Echo Echo, contact Wien on frequency 1288.
Okay, and down we go. So, quick look at the ice detector. There is nothing on there. Okay. Easy going.
620, fly heading 035 for now. 035 for now.
Alrighty. So,
Descend 2678 is ready, runway 33.
that's pretty much all we could do over here.
2678, line up runway 33.
Descend 2678, lining up runway 33.
Any questions on the briefing?
9 November, are you able for another RP approach from the present position, or would you like to go back towards the start and search with your...
So then it's probably going to be in IMC for a longer time. Well, just as I say that, we're coming out of something.
No worries.
Actually not looking too bad. At least it's not turbulent in here.
Yeah, we're ready for another try, runway 33.
You can really see how the airplane was a lot more stable in here than it was in the weather that we had over in Vienna. So, just gotta remember, we are not cleared for any arrivals, so NAPSA is our clearance limit at the moment.
111 leaving my airspace, Unicom 122.8, Servus.
122.8, Austrian 111, Servus. Well, that's too bad. When I started the recording, Munich was fully staffed. But looks like they have a tower, but not an approach. Well, that is too bad, okay. Well, that makes it easy though. Heading 300, we are going to vector ourselves. And look at that, it's going to vertical speed 0 again. We don't want that, thank you.
2678,
We may keep descending, please, my friends.
knots, runway 33, clear for takeoff.
Descend 2678, 33, clear for takeoff.
Invader, several force, turn 1 up.
So, 122.8. Then we can go direct Nelby on the flight plan. But keep it on the heading, please. Heading. So, what does it say how high we are? 3,000 feet. I don't believe you. Let's see, Nelby is 30 miles away. We gotta descend about 10,000 and a bit feet. Plus lose a bit of speed. Yeah, we're not 3,000 foot high. We are okay. For sure, we could be a little bit lower on the profile. But I tell you honestly, with that headwind, I'm currently not even... You can't convince me to use the speed brake just yet, even. So, we'll just keep going like this. I wonder where the guy in front is going, though. Well, probably gonna check VATSIM off screen real quick. See about that. Austrian 435 also going to Munich. Okay. Austrian 435 from Austrian 111. And of course we don't get a reply, because the Unicom. Why would anybody use it? Austrian 435 from Austrian 111. Nope, he is not listening in. Well, in that case we cannot coordinate anything with him either, so... Well, then we just do our thing and fly our approach our way, huh? Okay, set QNH. QNH 1012, cross-check passing 12,800 now. Checked. Austrian 435 from Austrian 111. Still no answer. Okay. Well, let's see where he's going to go. I just hope he's not going direct to Nelby as well now. Because then either he should fly fast or I should fly slow. But if he's not answering, then how am I supposed to know? Okay, well, so be it. Oh, I'm just gonna keep the engine energized, huh? Yeah, 2 degrees. Certainly going to keep it. So let's see if the airplane is going to start its deceleration now. We're approaching 10,000. Should have reduced the speed target, but it doesn't. Okay. So we help it. Austrian 435 from Austrian 111. No, he's definitely not answering. I see us being the guys going around already because we are behind him. I'm gonna send him a private message. We've got about 9 miles to run. I'm going to intercept the localizer from right here.
Okay, 435, check.
Thank you, Ritu 5. Austrian 435, you're in Munich as well, are you? Are you proceeding direct to the final, or what are you doing right now?
We had direct to Nelby, Austrian 435.
Thank you, please report your speed.
22 still not.
Roger, we are reducing 200 knots. Please report when you start slowing down.
Okay, Roger, we're doing Austrian 435.
So, just quickly going to turn to tune the ILS.
Unicom Swiss 245.
ILS Munich Southwest.
Flight level 50.
Here we go.
On
And
ILS
right
approach runway 26 left.
I am, however, going to go slightly through the lock. That's actually disastrous, because we need a bit more separation from this guy here. Had he answered early, that would have been no problem, but he didn't, so... Okay. Flaps 1. Speed check. Flaps 1. Okay, now let's turn back again, and we're going to re-intercept from here. So, speed managed, we'll take it slow, then hopefully he should be able to get in front of us.
Okay, 435, we are reducing to 200 knots.
Thank you, we are reducing 160 and maintain that until 40. Could you stay fast until 4?
220, Austrian 435.
Thank you. Flaps 2. Speed check, flaps 2. And then we need the speed brake now. Okay, approach checklist. Barrel ref, QNH 1012, seatbelts on, minimum, barrel 1670.
We are transmitting now 3180 on the 4 Austin Cockpit.
Danke. Okay, we are certainly getting too close to that. Let's go managed. We'll go down to 150.
And we are completing now the on 1187 so far for the information on the Cockpit.
Danke, viel Spaß. So, continue the checklist. Auto brake, low, engine mode selector, norm, approach checklist complete. Lock star. Okay, gear down. So why is there a second airplane there now? I cannot like that. Okay, let's go final configuration. There's no use in this, huh? Okay, so tower 118705.
Munich Tower, this is Swiss 245 on the final ILS approach runway 26 left.
Yeah, Swiss 245, this is Munich Tower. You see traffic 1 mile in front, so I suggest you to make a visual approach on the other runway, runway 26 right, otherwise expect go around.
I think I'm too late to do a visual approach on runway 26 right, I'm going around.
He's 8 miles out, but okay. Welcome to VATSIM.
Contact me, switch to Honeycomb and contact me again when you're in final runway 26 left.
26 left or 26 right?
Now this is up to you. You can also choose runway 26 right if you want.
No, runway 26 left is okay for me.
Let's
Going
go
around
stop.
to switch to 45.
Go around altitude 5,000 sets.
2870.
Yeah, the guy going around now was the guy who didn't talk. He was the third one who basically flew himself right into the Austrian 435. It's unbelievable, huh? You try to communicate on Unicom and that is what it turns into.
KLM 2870, Mission Tower, good day, taxi Honeycomb 26 left via Sierra Bravo 13.
Taxi Honeyport Turkey.
Okay, the guy is now 3.5 miles ahead of us, that should be plenty of separation. Mission Tower, Airbus Austrian 111, ILS 26 left.
Austrian 111, Mission Tower, Airbus, you're number 2.
Go.
Munich Tower, here is Swiss 245 again. Are there any vectors for the go-around or...
Oh god. No,
you
there
can
are
also
not.
follow the missed approach procedure as published for runway 26 left, or make...
okay, where's that guy on the right hand side? He's just going straight through the control zone.
Try
Huh?
for approach runway 26
Yeah. That guy's going right through the control zone. Austrian 111, do you have any contact with the aircraft on our northern position?
Austrian 111 negativ.
Roger, kannst du den Mollop geben bitte? Weil der rast jetzt genau nicht rein.
Sehe ich gerade, ja.
Danke. Okay, Tower is calling the supervisor for the guy. Can we see him somewhere? Oh yeah, there he comes. Welcome to VATSIM, my friends. Welcome to VATSIM. I mean, it's a nice picture somehow, but... that just looks lovely.
245, switching back to Unicom.
Well, servus, my friend. Servus.
Delta 2010, what are you doing? Yeah, you see the traffic below. So, Delta 2010, go around. I say again, go around.
Bye bye. What a shit show this is. Landing checklist.
2010,
Incoming
follow
memo.
the
Landing
missed
no
approach procedure, runway 26 left.
Landing checklist complete. Yeah, clear of conflict. Thank you for that. That was important. And there he goes.
Mike,
Sometimes I don't get what those people are thinking. I mean, he must have some sort of a TCAS or something.
Wind 270 degrees 6 knots, runway 26 left, please.
Austrian 126 left, clear to land. Okay.
435, willkommen München, taxi holding point, taxi entry Sierra 7 via Bravo 8.
Automatics coming off, let's do that ourselves.
KLM 2870, behind next landing, traffic short final, Austrian 320, line up runway 26 left behind.
Yeah, and landing A320, line up in wings behind. 27.
Mountain Tower, good afternoon, Austrian 1456, here right, Table Bravo 1.
Austrian 1456, München Tower, good afternoon, taxi holding point 26 left via Bravo 1.
26 left, yeah, Bravo 1 to Austrian 1456.
Yoke 78 Bravo, are you ready for departure?
400.
Yoke 78 Bravo, keep it rolling, wind 270 degrees 6 knots, runway 26 right, clear for takeoff.
300.
The engines are taking quite a bit of time to respond here. That's definitely too long. They should respond much quicker.
Minimum.
Continue.
2010, switch to Unicom, follow the missed approach procedure, and you can make a new try to approach runway 26 left.
20. 10.
Come on.
5.
Okay, we had no chance. That was the end of the touchdown zone. The thing just floated too good. Alright. Spoiler reverse green. No auto brake? Why no auto brake? We armed it. I know we did. At least once, probably twice.
70 knots. Tower, good day, taxi holding point 26 left via Sierra Bravo 13.
Traffic to 26 left by 0 and 0, Bravo 1.
Some taxi instructions would be nice now.
KLM 2870, wind 270 degrees.
This is something I never understand with VATSIM. He's looking at me, waiting while we're vacating, but then he gives the takeoff instruction first before giving us instructions on how to vacate the runway.
Sierra 7 via Bravo 6 and Sierra.
Sierra 7, Bravo 6 and Sierra, Austrian 111. Like instead, in the real world, what they do is when they see that you're going onto a certain taxiway to vacate the runway, they just give you an instruction, like for example, turn right on Sierra, or something like that. Just so that you don't have to stop on the immediate vicinity of the runway. Because it's not so much a problem here in Munich, but there are other airports where you have just a really short exit, where you can't even completely vacate the runway without turning onto the adjacent taxiway.
270 degrees, 6 knots, runway 26 right, clear to land. Runway 26 right, tip on, slope to 7 Mike. Austrian 1456, line up runway 26 left.
Line up and wait 26 left, Austrian 1456.
Alright then, here we go. Was that not working? Here we go, better.
Austrian 435, contact Apron 1-1, das will 7-1 dabei.
Okay, we can pre-select that already as well. We are certainly going to get that same frequency. 12171. Okay, after landing checklist. Radar and predictive wind shear off. After landing check is complete. So let's speed up a bit. We can absolutely do 30 knots on the way.
KLM 2870, switch to Unicom, 122, decimal, bye bye.
122, thank you very much, have a good day, KLM 2870.
Same to you, break, Yoke 78 Bravo, same to you, Unicom, 122, decimal, ciao.
122, decimal 8, Yoke 78 Bravo,
Okay, starting APU.
Austrian 145 into 250 degrees 9 knots, runway 26 left lift.
So this is the non-Lufthansa apron, the other one is going to be the Lufthansa apron. Apron 1 over here, apron 2 over there. And Sierra 7 is going to be the first entry at the Lufthansa apron.
Lufthansa 7 Bravo Sierra, München Tower, I see you transmitting, but I cannot read you.
München Tower, radio check, Lufthansa 7 Bravo Sierra.
7 Bravo Sierra, I read you 5.
Okay, so as soon as the APU is available, we're going to shut down engine number 2 to do single engine taxi.
Alles gut, Servus Bene, the Lufthansa 7 Bravo Sierra, wind
APU is slowly coming along.
Runway 26 right, clear to land.
Austrian waiting at the entry, it seems.
26 right, clear to land, Lufthansa 7 Bravo Sierra.
Lufthansa 7 Mike, welcome to Munich, taxi entry November 3 via Alpha 6 November. Lufthansa Mike, taxi November 3 via Alpha 6 in November.
We go behind the Austrian. APU is almost there. I'm just hoping we don't have to stop.
Austrian 111, contact apron 1 to 1 to 7 bunches.
1 to 1 to 7 on Austrian 111. Servus, danke.
Hi, Michael 5, Austrian Victor.
Apron hello, Austrian 111 approaching Sierra 7.
Austrian 111, München apron hello, taxi stand 312 via Whiskey 2, Delta 3 and Echo 3 Orange Line.
Stand 312 via Whiskey 2, Delta 3 and the Orange Line, Austrian 111.
The last one is Echo 3 on the Orange Line.
Echo 3 auf die Orange Line, Austrian 111. Okay, so we start with Whiskey 2 and Delta 3.
München apron, Servus, state of the 7 Mike on November, approaching November 3.
Lufthansa 7 Mike, München apron hello, taxi stand 207 via Whiskey 2.
Via Whiskey 2, stand 207, Lufthansa 7 Mike.
So that's going to be off to the right hand side. The Austrian is clear.
Ivory Express 1 Alpha Hotel at 06.
Iberia Express 1 Alpha,
Okay, awesome.
contact
So,
München Tower
engine 2
120,
shutdown.
05, good look.
Let's check
München
hydraulic
Tower
pump on.
1205,
So we basically follow the Austrian over there.
there.
Man, quite busy over there on the apron.
Lufthansa 4 Juliet, contact München Tower 118.705. Bye-bye.
We do need quite a bit of power here in order to keep it taxing on single engine. This is something we couldn't really explore to the fullest on the previous video, but looks like this is okay now. So basically what I'm expecting is quite a bit of thrust, up to 40% in order to accelerate, but then idle thrust in order to maintain the speed. That is basically how I'm expecting single-engine taxi on the A320neo. And acceleration actually looks pretty okay to me. Now let's see about deceleration. Because on the previous video it seemed a little bit fast there, but let's see on this one. It's still losing speed rather quickly here. I would probably expect it to lose speed a little bit slower than this. Well, definitely quite a bit slower than this. So it should keep the speed for longer. That is the right way of saying this. It should keep the speed for a little bit longer. As you can see now, we're going almost up to 40% N1. We are barely gaining any speed. That suggests to me that the idle thrust in this airplane is probably insufficient. Okay, so approaching Echo 3, we're going onto the Orange Line, which is right over here. Now we just got to make sure that we don't get too close to the Austrian in front, so that when he turns into his stand, we don't need to brake for him. But I have a feeling this is looking okay. We definitely need to use thrust too often here on the single engine taxi.
Lufthansa 9 Lima Victor, continue to entry November 4 via Echo 2.
So he's turning into the gate.
Exit to the Lufthansa 9 Lima Victor.
I have a feeling he's going into 310. Yeah, 311, so we are just one in front of him. We're at 312. Okay, lights off.
All Chinese 435 on block. Danke für den Service und Servus. Tschüss.
Danke fürs
Now
Fliegen.
let's see how it turns over the left or over the running engine.
München
In the real world, no
Ground,
problem at all
Bravo.
to turn over the
Good
running
evening.
engine.
Bist du von Mike Bravo, München 8, hello?
Engine back to idle though,
Hallo
otherwise
Servus,
we're
I
going too
request
quick.
clearance to Cologne.
I cut
Aircraft
the
type
turn a little bit.
A320.
Should
I'm
not
on
have done
gate
that, of course.
209.
But this looks quite
Bist du
alright.
from Mike Bravo? Information Oscar is current. Cleared to Köln-Bonn. Give me 1 November departure. Climb planned route. Climb via sit to flight level 70. Squawk 1000.
Clear to Cologne, Bonn, via give me 1 November out of 26 right. Initial climb.
Okay, here we are.
Squawk 1000.
So, park and brake set.
Honeycomb.
APU bleed on, engines shut
Lufthansa
down.
9 Lima Victor. Contact München Tower 118.705.
So let's just quickly get rid of the frequency. Hydraulic. Well, several things wrong with this ecam portion there. First of all, the blue system low pressure should be at the top. Well, at least it should tell me something at the top like, what is the issue? And then the blue line should be below that, like, and here's how to fight it. So blue elect pump off. Okay, that's hydraulics. Confirm. Blue elect confirmed. Off. And we can also turn the yellow electric off. Okay. This is interesting as well now. The failure is gone. We still have a secondary failure. Well, just gonna clear all of that away. And now you look at the status page and everything is normal. Well. Not exactly perfect. Landing through all doors and park. Parking checklist. Park and brake or chops. Brake set. Engines. Off. Wing light. Off. Fuel pumps. Off. Parking checklist complete. Alright guys, so there you have it. That's the A320 from iniBuilds. You can see with a little bit of fiddling with it, with a little bit of pilot intervention, well, a little bit is kind of an understatement, but with quite a bit of pilot intervention, it is sort of flyable, but there's still loads of bugs in there, which I surely hope are eventually going to be solved somehow. So, still quite a bit of issues there. Flight controls also manually don't feel very good at the moment. Autopilot on this one was working quite a bit better than on the last one, but to be fair, the procedures we threw at it were quite a bit easier as well. So, it is kind of expected that it worked a bit better. No sharp turns or anything the likes here. No turns restricted by speed constraints, etc. So, a little bit of an easier job we gave it, and with a little bit of pilot intervention it worked. Now, there was still quite a bit of bugs in here, but this surely looked a bit better already than the previous flight. That is something we need to say for sure here. So, it is, well, in my opinion, still worthy of a beta phase of a couple months, or at least 1 month or something the like, minimum. I mean, I can say in all words that the PMDG 777 is currently in a better shape than this one. The only difference is this one gets released within a couple of days, and PMDG at least takes the time to get their aircraft into a proper releasable state. But, well, suppose they're just working on the Microsoft schedule there, and if they can't make it on time, then they don't make it on time, but release anyway, and patch it up. Alright, so with that in mind, if you do want to fly it, then just be a little bit careful there. You gotta be on top of the airplane in order to be able to fly it properly, and that is probably the most important sentence of the entire video here. So thank you for watching, everyone. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I do hope that you learned something out of it. If you did, be sure to let me know in the comments below. I'm very much looking forward to your comments on this one. It was surely a much more successful flight than on the last one. And with that, all I can say is thank you for watching. I'll see you all again on the next one. And as always, don't forget to give me your opinion through the comments below and let me know what you think. Leave a like if you did indeed like the video, as it does really help out the channel. If you're up for more, don't forget to subscribe. Finally, if you really love what I'm doing, I would appreciate a small donation through the Buy Me Coffee link in the video description below. Thank you for watching, and see you all again on the next one.